Hi, welcome back. In this class, we'll write a regular expression, a little complicated regular expression by using all the features we learned in writing a regular expression. So take a text as say text equal to a list object with a couple of telephone numbers. I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, so 90. That is one type of a telephone number, and also the telephone number could be like within the codes 1, 2, 3. That is a area code. Then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. So we have two types of telephone numbers. The first one, the area code is enclosed within parenthesis, and let us write a pattern for this. I'll say pat, right, and we'll use a raw string or, and let us see this one. Starts with a digit. There are 3 digits in the between in the start. So I'll say /d. /d starts for escape code for digit /d. And we have 3 digits, so we will use a repetitor. We'll say 3 digits. By using the curly brackets, we can specify how many preceding characters we are looking for. Here it looks for 3 characters, and followed with a space. /s is a space, right? And then again 3 digits. I'll say /d, curly bracket 3. And then again a space, right, and followed with 4 digits. I say /d and a curly bracket with 4, right. Let us see what we get with this. I'll write because this is a list object, I'll write a for loop here. All right, for d in text, or I'll say dt in text, right. I loop through using a for loop with each item in this list object. I'll say m equal to re. I'll do a search. I will call a search method in regular expressions. Do a search. For search, I'll pass the pattern. That is the pattern we wrote. This is the pattern, and I'll pass dt. Dt is a date. I mean, this is a string, is item, one of the items in the list object. And if a match is found, if I can say if m, then I say print m dot group. M dot group will give the entire match. There are no groups here, but m dot group will give the entire match. Suppose if I execute this one, we got some error. Re is we have to import re first. I have to say import re. All right. Suppose if I execute this one, we got is able to pull this number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, right? And but it's not doing this one because it's starting with a parenthesis. So let us modify our search pattern now. I'll copy these two. I'll include the parenthesis here. So the parenthesis, or I'll say slash parenthesis, right? And here also again slash the closing parenthesis, right? And let me copy this one. Let me copy the code also here within this. See, let us see what I get now. If I execute this one now, I got the second telephone number, not the first one. For that, we have to say, we can put a repeater here. We can change the pattern here. Let us copy to a third one. I'll change the parenthesis. I'll put a question mark. That means 0 or 1 occurrences of that parenthesis. Similarly, here I can put a question mark. So that will say that either 0 times or 1 time of that the preceding character. If I execute, we must get that both the telephone numbers, right? So it's picking up both the telephone numbers from this list object. All right, and let us add a couple of one more telephone number. I'll say let's copy this one, right? And for this, let us add one different type of telephone number. I will say 123 dash 456 dash 7890. With instead of having spaces, it has dashes. So for this, what we can do is we have to change this one. So here we are specifying a space here. Here one space and this space and this space. So for that, we'll put here instead of space, we'll put a character set. I'll say within the brackets, within the square brackets, as I look for a space or a dash, right? Or a dash or a space. Similarly here, I'll replace this space character with a character set /s or /dash. All right, let us see what we get right now. If I execute this one, I got some problem. Okay. So I didn't close this square bracket. That was a problem. Okay. If I execute this one, we are able to pick up the 3 telephone numbers. 1, 2, 3. This for the first one with the spaces. The second one with the enclosing with the parenthesis, the area code. The third one with the dashes. All right. And let us add one more telephone number. I'll say copy this and I'll say one more telephone number. It will be 123.456.7890. So instead of dashes, we'll have a dot. So that this change will be very simple. I'll just add dot also here. Slash dot. So we'll see, it will look for one of these characters, either a space or a dash or a dot. So this also will be dot. All right. If I execute this one, we must be able to see all the 4 telephone numbers. All right. Let us change this one. Let us add one more telephone number. Say no spaces, nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. This is also a valid telephone number. So if I use this one, if I execute this right now, it won't pick up this number, right? For that, what we can do is here the space, we can make it an optional. For that we can put that repeater, the question mark, means is a 0 or 1 time of the preceding character. The preceding character is one of these, right? Same thing here, we can put a question mark here, and that will make this character as a optional, either 0 times or 1 time. Let us see what we get right now. So it's picking up the last telephone number also. So this is the pattern. So, it's a quite complicated pattern, but the thing is you must always start with the a simple one. For example, start with the simple one and then build on that. That will be the way to write these regular expressions. I mean, it is very tough to write a regular expression right away with like this, but start with a simple one and then continue with that. Then let us add some more to this. Let us add one. Let us take this one. See, some telephone numbers may have the one before, one in front of it, right? Or a +1 in front of it, right? For that we have to make changes. Let us may change the pattern, and in the beginning let us look for a digit, right? I'll say /digit, but that /digit is optional. All right, I'll say /digit, right? And after that there's a space character, right? That's how let us see what it picks up. It is picking up this one and this one, and it is ignoring all the rest, right? Let us put a question mark here. Let us see what we get. To make this space character optional, and if we execute this one, then we are picking all the telephone numbers. So it's not only picking the one before and also the rest of it. And also let us pick this plus also. Okay, how to pick that plus? The plus is in front of it, starting, right? I'll say the /plus, and I will make it as an optional, right? If I execute this one, I'm getting the plus also. So the full telephone number with the plus 1, 2, 3 and all. So that is how to write complicated patterns. But let us compile this. This is where the compilation will help. I'll say I'll take this one. I'll copy this. Let us compile this one. I'll say PAT-C. PAT-C is a compiled version of PAT. I'll say re.compile. re.compile. I'll pass PAT. Right, and here I'll use a compiled version. Let us see what we get. That's more better. If I execute, I'll get the same thing. Now it's using a compiled version of the pattern. All right. I think this is a very good example in showing how to write regular expression patterns, and using all these escape characters and repeaters and all this. Actually, we can make it more interesting by grouping. Let us group this. Copy this one. All right. Let us add a groups to this. First, starting with that plus number, I'll start a group here with parenthesis, and group ends here. This is the first group, and the second group starts here before here. Actually here, this is my second group, and the second group ends here. All right, and the third group starts here and ends here. All right, and the fourth group will start here and ends here. That is we are creating 4 groups. First with that plus number, for this plus number. The second one is with the area code 1, 2, 3. Third one and fourth one. All right, and let us slightly change this output because right now we are doing with the groups. we'll say first one we can say m dot group, and then we can say m dot group 1. Let us print group 1, and let us copy this. Say second one, comma, third one, and fourth one. I'll change to 2, this second group, third group, and the fourth group. Let us see what we get by executing this one. If I execute this one, yeah, we got some output, but it's all jumped up. Let's add some tabs. I'll add a tab T. Let me add these tabs to Control C, group 1, and here I will add, and again here and here. Let us some tabs just to make it a little more readable. If I execute this one, so this is a little better. Still we can improve, but this is okay. So this is the whole thing. This is a whole match, and this is the group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. Similarly here the plus 1 is group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. Okay. Finally, let us give a names to these groups. Naming groups. I'll copy this one. All right. The first group, the naming, we have to give a name after the parenthesis, immediately after the parenthesis. I'll say how to do that. Is starts with question mark and capital P and angular brackets. Within the angular brackets, we can give a name. I'll say add 1. That is my first group. Let me copy this, and the second group starts here, right? And I'll say area code, and the third group, this is the second group, this is the third group. I'll say add, and also I'll add here, add, and this is let's call the name first 3, first 3, and this is the last 4, right? And if I execute, we will get the same this one, but here we can change it. Instead of group 1, we can pass that label add 1, right? Here we can say area, and here we can say first 3, and let us move it on to the next one. Say last 4. If you execute, we will be getting the same output. We got the same output, but the only thing is we gave a labels to these groups. First one is add 1, area, first 3, first last 4. So whenever you are accessing the match, we can access with these labels. All right. So that is all about writing a complex regular expression. It's always advisable to start with a small expression, and keep on building with that. Okay. We'll stop here, and we'll meet in the next class. Okay. Thanks.